fillable forms is a really useful feature if you have PDFs or other forms you need to regularly complete for patients. One of those is DVA forms. Typically, we already have that in our library forms there. But you can also upload your own forms. Unlike other systems which require you to draw the form fields and label them correctly, with AutoZone you simply upload the PDF or even an image that has spaces for form fields, and the AI will sort it out itself. You can either drag a form or click, which opens your dialog, which you won't see now, but you can then select your form and just click open, and that automatically uploads, and the AI will start its analysis. In this case, it already has form fields, but these form fields are called form 0 to 117, which would require a great deal of editing to get it right for a system like this to work with it. With AutoZone, that's done for you. So just upload it and wait a little bit, and next you'll go to an editing screen where you can change and make sure everything's okay. So that's the PDF, and we can see where the field 0 was just field 0. It's now called proposed date of service. You can click on it there to see it on this side here, and you can zoom in to either change the name, the type, or even the instructions for the AI when it's filling this form. Those are particularly useful, these instructions, if you want to fine-tune how it responds to a particular question, particularly if you want to improve the response of the form from the reader. So you can page through the various forms. So here you could do things to always use the same practitioner and just say, always use whatever. Here we might just say, see, content 400. So we're forcing it to, well, suggesting it always uses that address. Same with phone numbers, anything else you want to sort of make permanent, but particularly useful if you want to just, here you could say you always use this kind of language, always start with this kind of reasoning, and the AI will take that all into account for you. Once you've made sure, which in most cases you can see 99% confidence there, should be right that the names are all correct. But you can just confirm by looking at all of them. You only need to do this once. Once the form's uploaded, you can reuse it as many times as you want. You can also edit these things later. Here you've got a company share option. So if you don't tick that, this form will only be available to you, your user. But if you want your entire company to have access to it, just click that, and then anyone in your company will be able to use the same form, and they will see that form under their My Forms tab. To use a form like this, you can either click there and say use template, or you just click on it itself, and that opens this dialog just to see what you want included. We don't have much patient information, it's just a dummy patient in this case, but you can choose what else to include. And here you can just choose the audience, which is the kind of language it uses in the form filling. So hearing care professionals typically fine, but if you want to tweak that to a specific audience, you can. And then you can just say autofill and preview. And now the AI is doing its work, getting everything from the context, filling in as much as it can. So the more context you have on the patient, so dropping things into session controls, previous reports, etc., or the longer history you have, the better the form will be filled in, but it's going to do its best. So here we can see it's got the date of service, it's got the patient name, it knows from the transcripts that it's for hearing loss and tinnitus, it knows that hearing devices were discussed. Yeah, there we can see the company name and the street, even the postal code, the phone number, which it's pulled from our AutoZone company record. And based on the transcription, it knows we're sending to an ENT. It doesn't have this information in the transcript, but you can always edit that yourself. We can download the form and edit it later if you wish. You don't need to do it in here. Send it to an admin if you want. Again, this is from the transcript. These are also from the transcript. And we can see It's certainly filled in from the case history as much as it can. So anything it can get, it will fill in. Anything else, it will leave blank. If you completed filling it in here, you can simply download it there, which will leave the fields editable, or you can print it as a final copy. But that's basically how fillable forms work. So very useful for specific use cases and worth a try.